Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. Welcome back to my channel. Today what I have for you is a Teddy Bees haul. I have some things from her May pre-order where Tiffany Smith, the owner, has been pouring like a little busy bee, get it, Teddy Bees, and I have some just beautiful things to discuss that I will be enjoying very much in my home in the next few months. So the first one that I have here is Rainy Day, and it's been about a year since I started purchasing wax from this particular vendor. I was totally new to vendor wax at the time. I'm still not the most worldly wise person when it comes to something different than the typical Scentsy, which of course is my mainstay, or even my experience with Yankee or Bath & Body Works. But I like the more boutique style, very much a small business model, and I think that it's really, really exceptional and cool wax. So let's just start off the top here, and I'm just going to randomly pull. I got quite a few soufflés because I do have plenty of other things that I can melt, but when you're curious about something, you at least want to smell a little bit, right? And one of the ones that had a lot of press is Rainy Day, when people were talking about things that you could order off of the list. And this is Crisp Apples, Dewy Air, Fallen Leaves, Oak, and a touch of lavender with a hint of sandalwood. So I got a couple of these little soufflés of this because I don't tend to be as much of a fresh and clean person all the time as I am a woodsy or warm or atmospheric or smoky or spicy person. So this is really good though, and I'm glad I got two soufflés in that one. So you definitely get the crisp apples, the dewy air, the oak, the lavender, and the sandalwood. I wouldn't say I so much get leaves. And the apple in this is just more of a sweetness, but this is going to be a great, cuddly, relaxing early fall scent. It definitely does lean fresh with all that wood, the leaves and the sandalwood and all of that. It's good. And I actually smelled all of these yesterday because my older daughter just could not wait to get into this particular order. And I was not going to deny her because she was going to be pretty busy today, and I figured I could just film the video. So I do not have any first sniff reactions for you, but I will give you like my absolute favorites from this haul, and there are some really, really good ones here. So I got two of Rainy Day, and I will definitely need to warm that to know if I would want any more. With the RTS being next week, I don't know that I'll even have time to throw much of this into the warmer and give it a real good shot, because most people say that your Teddy Bees should cure for a long time, but I'm not against cutting out a sliver and seeing if I like it enough that I would want more down the road. So then the next one here is Not Just Another Lavender Vanilla, and I heard a lot of squawk about this because this has a really nice lavender and vanilla musk blend. And it is very good. If you really love lavender vanilla, this is going to be loaf worthy. A blend of sweet and herbal lavender, vanilla mousse, sweet sugar, and that vanilla musk. Yeah, so the vanilla mousse and the vanilla musk really warm up and sweeten the lavender in this, and it is exceptional. I don't think I even need to melt that to know I might want one more souffle if I do the RTS. Now here is one that I don't know until I melt this whether I like it or not. This is called Campfire Stories. Ooey Gooey, S'mores, Cold Night Winds, and Sweet Vanilla Woods. It is a very interesting, kind of a conflicted scent profile, because you get a little bit of the s'mores, but then you also get sort of this sharp, clean, clear night air thing and some woods. So on cold, it's not a huge love for me, but it's one of those things that might transform in warmer because many, many people love that and they get it in loaves. The next one that I have is Milk Cookies and Beach Treats, Lavender Marshmallows, and I do like this. It's interesting. Of course, with the milk and cookies and the beach treats on top of the lavender marshmallow, it's more complex than the Not Just Another Lavender Vanilla. And I don't really know how this will melt out because it's got that little bit of almost a bakery milk and cookies. But between the two, I don't know. On cold, I think I want more of Not Just Another Lavender Vanilla, but they're both really nice. This is an intriguing smell. And I know that people have enjoyed something similar to this in the past where she does layers with the milk and cookies, so I had to at least try it. We'll see if I get any of that melted. Now, here's one where I really don't know if I'm going to like this. I only got the souffle size because I was scared of it, but I was also intrigued, and that is called the Bear and the Maiden Fair. Now, some of these have to do with Game of Thrones. There's a whole bunch of them that she's got in one section of the list. And if you're not familiar with Teddy Bees, you're not familiar with the list, go onto her website and look for the May pre-order. And then there will be all of these scents. And she does have the Game of Thrones ones pretty much grouped together in the middle, and then there are some that had been reoccurring at the top, and there are some really special ones at the bottom we'll talk about that come in the square tins that are forget-me-nots, and then she's got new blends. So this is both a new blend and something that celebrates the Game of Thrones, I think, or the House of Dragons, or I don't watch any of those, but it's something along those lines. The Bear and the Maiden Fair is warm cupcakes, vanilla bourbon, buttercream, a drizzle of honey, cream cheese, Palo Santo, and fire roasted marshmallows. And I'm like, well, this will either be really awesome or really scary, because the honey, the cream cheese, and the warm cupcakes, I didn't know how those would all jive with the rest of it. So this one, I don't know if I like. And this may be the first time I've ever ordered anything from Teddy Bees. Like I said, it's only been about a year that I've been getting wax from her. I'm a little scared of this. It's the honey and the cream cheese. Gives it a little bit of a sharpness that I will definitely melt it at some point, but I don't think, unless this completely transforms like Butterfly out of the Chrysalis, that I need any more of this one. It's a little weird. So there's that. The next one, though, I think I need maybe a loaf in this if I do the RTS. This is called the Long Night. Oh, is this good? Cocoa butter, cashmere, tonka, oud wood, and marshmallow fireside. And the thing is, I seem to really like marshmallow fireside in her blends. I have one that's called Carter, where I've got a tub, and it's just wonderful. And I had blown through, I think, a souffle last year of that. And this is different, but it has a little bit of that same quality. It's not as icy, that I think I will love this. And my older daughter loved this, wanted to melt this in her room immediately. So the oud wood, the marshmallow fireside, and the cashmere and the tonka. And then the cocoa butter isn't heavy. I think it just gives it a little bit of a velvetyness. This is a beautiful scent, and I think I need some more. So then the other one that's sort of its twin sister, I guess, is the Long Farewell. And this one is Palo Santo, Twilight Woods, Pink Sugar, and Hint of Lavender Vanilla. And this is super pretty. If you're old school Bath & Body Works, you remember Twilight Woods, which was a great fragrance, and it made a great candle. And you can smell that in here, plus all of the rounding it out with the Palo Santo and the Pink Sugar and just the tiniest drop of Lavender Vanilla. Really beautiful, but I don't know that I need more of this one, just because I did get a lot of different things in the souffle size to try, and it's very, very pretty. But for me, the standout between those two is the Long Night. That's really good. Okay, so since we did unbox these yesterday, and my daughter and I are a little bit impatient, she already took out a chunk of Order of the Maesters. This, if I can get my hands on it, I think I need a loaf of this. Antique wood shelves, leather-bound books, midnight plum, violets, and a touch of dust. Please. This is beautiful. It's deep. It's complex. I've heard people say it's vintage, or it smells like maybe an old bookshop. Yes, it does. It smells somewhat like an antique store. And then it's got that mystery from the plum and everything. Beautiful, beautiful scent, and I'm very happy with that. So now, here is one where I do watch a lot of videos trying to figure out, especially maybe several years old, when they bring out a new pre-order list for Teddy Bees, you kind of want a frame of reference of what are any of these older scents like. And so I dug up several different reviews on this poor little misunderstood scent. It's fall, y'all. And I really didn't know, because everybody's like, yeah, it's forgettable, it's okay, you know, get some if you want, I'm kind of over it. And I'm like, I like the notes in this. And I wonder if this is going to be an Elizabeth kind of scent that other people would overlook. So, marshmallow fireside, sweet cinnamon, orange zest, leaves, brown sugar, and vanilla. I like all of that. And I wanted to warm this before I did the video, because I'd actually unboxed it the day before. And you know what, guys? This is really nice. I would compare it to kind of the same level of excitement, which it's not an exciting scent, but maybe the same kind of just homey and wonderful quality as from Scentsy, maybe Welcome Home or a Cinnamon Vanilla. This is its own scent. It doesn't really smell like that, but it's such a quintessentially sweet, warm, a little bit musky and cuddly, cozy, early fall smell, or really any time of the year if you just like your home to smell gently warm and cuddled. I get the brown sugar. I get the cinnamon and the marshmallow fireside. I definitely get the marshmallow fireside and the brown sugar and the vanilla. Then that little bit of orange zest and leaves just makes it so that it's not completely forgettable, but it's just comfortable. It's like your favorite pair of broken-in jeans that, you know, they're not trendy, they're not new, but they're great. I think if I do RTS, I'm going to get a loaf in this because this is the sort of thing where if I've had a stressful day or I'm up on a Saturday morning and I just don't want to think too hard about the scent and I just want to sit there and read or stare out the window blindly with my coffee, this will be a really nice support for that. And I think I'm going to get more. So I'm going to say that is a beautiful scent. It is not incredibly strong. And as with every Teddy Bees, if I chuck a loaf in my candle cupboard downstairs for a year, I'm sure it'll be stronger next year. But even brand new, kind of green and uncured, it is perfect for a low-key, just lovely day in my home. So I think that's the only one where I'm really going to plug it hard, except for I'm so excited that we got Ichabod Seed. Thank you to everyone who was willing to help me get that up enough in the Facebook page that Tiffany was willing to pour that. I am so excited, but we'll talk about that later. So the next one, there was a lot of buzz about this, and I love earthy and I love trees. So I got 2 souffles of Tree Farm. Now, why didn't I get more? It's because I've got a lot of the North, I've got a lot of Pacific Northwest winter. I am buried in tree scents from Scentsy and other companies, but I wanted to try this, and I still may, if I do the RTS, I may get another souffle of this because that would be 3 souffles. Tree Farm. Frost-covered Christmas trees standing in rows as far as the eye can see, and the smell of fresh-tilled dirt. This is so good. It is really, really authentic. So it has a gorgeous balsamy tree scent, and then it has this little bit of grit from the dirt. It's intriguing. I think it's going to be very, very strong, so I don't think I want to buy like a whole loaf of this. But who knows? But man, is this good. It's just more, it's so sincere. It's like a really sincere tree scent that isn't trying to be too fancy. It's not trying to be too, like, you know, adding vanilla and smoked oud and all that. It's just trees and dirt. It's great. So, and this will probably be a boomer from the way it smells in the clam. I love that. So those are all the ones that I did just in a souffle to be cautious. And there are a couple that if I do the RTS, I will repurchase those. Now, the next category, it gets harder for me to justify a repurchase because a tub of Teddy Bees lasts a really long time. I'm finding that out. And that's fantastic. Except then there's the whole, well, if I really love it, what if I run out of it and she doesn't pour it for 3 years? And, you know, there's that whole circle of thought. But for the most part, unless one of these is absolutely exceptional, and this might make the exception, I'm not going to order more of any of the tubs because that's a lot of wax. But this holiday in Halloween Town was new. And it is deep-fried churros covered in cinnamon sugar, warm donuts, a hint of spice, creamy eggnog, and fire-roasted marshmallows. Oh, you guys, this is so good. And it was the eggnog and the churros that made me want this. And it's the eggnog and the churros that make me want to burn this, and melt this, and you get that fiery burned marshmallow. It gives it a little bit of an edge. It's not all sweetness and warmth and roundness. There's a little bit of a very interesting note. I'm going to see if I can get this out. Yeah, and you get more of that wonderful boozy eggnog on the bottom. Oh, man. Okay, yeah. I think if I manage to get my hands on more of this, if the RTS works out for me, I might want this one in a loaf. It's really good. Okay, another one which has gotten a lot of love from certain circles and then others, they don't care for some of the notes in here, is Island Bakery. And I debated again with this. Do I want a tub? Do I want a loaf? This one, I might pick up another souffle, maybe. This is beautiful, but you do have to like lemon and kind of a pound cakey smell mixed with a good amount of pineapple and a lot of tropical fruit. It's gorgeous. I see why people are like, please bring this back. Please bring this back. This is like sunshine and summer happiness in a wax tub. Pineapple, peach nectar, tropical fruits, a slight hint of coconut milk, strawberry pound cake, and iced lemon cookies. Yes, and if this performs, oh, is this good. Like last year, my very first order, because I was completely clueless, I had no idea what was going on with Teddy Bees, I had gotten on Charity's recommendation 1 tub of Hot Girl Summer. Oh my gosh, is that the best summer scent ever? But I've only got 1 tub of that. Hopefully I'll get more down the road and I would get a loaf. I kind of feel like this is the same situation where I might not go through it super fast, but I think I'm going to love this. So those were the 2 tubs where I'm like, hey, I might need more. Okay, now, everything in this next scent screams me, and it is the only thing here on this table other than the Bear and the Maiden Fair where I'm like, I don't know about this one. So this is I Heart Vanilla Tobacco. Now, if you know me, this should be like an easy win. Creamy vanilla marshmallow, vanilla milkshake, BW marshmallow clouds, sweet tobacco leaves, cherry wood, and a pinch of honey. Except for that little pinch of honey, because honey I don't typically like too much in wax. But this is just plain weird to me. It kind of smells like baby powder, but I kind of like it because I definitely get the cherry wood. I'm just going to have to melt this, and I definitely am not going to be rushing out to go get me a loaf, but maybe this just needs to cure and balance. It's interesting because I really don't get the vanilla milkshake, the marshmallow clouds. What I get is the tobacco, the cherry wood, and the honey. And without, to me, enough representation from the vanilla, and I have even popped this out a couple times, it's just an odd scent, and it has this hint of Newborn Nursery from Scentsy to it for me. I don't know why, and I feel terrible because I was so excited about this. Maybe curing and warming it, it will fledge into some other thing, but that one might just be a pass for me to ever get more. I don't know. And I've loved all of Tiffany's wax. Like, I don't complain about it. Her stuff is great. So the next one I've heard about and heard about and heard about. This was supposed to be, like, fantastic, and people were not lying. This is Khaleesi. This has Palo Santo, tonka bean, oud wood, warm vanilla sugar, and fireside. Like, what's not to love? This is so gorgeous. Oh, yeah. But, again, this one, it's not going to be super strong, but this is one of those scents where I'll be in the mood occasionally, but I wouldn't melt this all the time. A very strong, gorgeous kind of a profile, but yet it's light and floaty all at the same time. I get the Palo Santo and the tonka for sure. And I get the warm vanilla sugar. I think that those are the three I get the most. It's very, very nice. I'm not at all disappointed with this. I cannot wait to warm that. Now, the next one, Ghosts of Harrenhal, which I really wanted to get my hands on in the last RTS where they had had this, and I knew I wasn't going to get any, but I was so curious about this. So, a mysterious blend of Palo Santo, incense, leather, guaiac wood, and ebony tree resin, I think, and if I'm not saying that wood right, let me know. This is truly mysterious. Like, this is an October smell. This is really good. This is another one where I'm like, I know it's pretty heavy. And last year I ordered Jack's, and I love that too, but a little bit goes a super, super long way, and I'm afraid this might be the same. If you guys melt the Ghosts of Harrenhal a lot, how much would I need if a tub takes me a good 6 months to get through? Do I need more, or do I have enough? Because this is gorgeous, but I'm not going to melt it often. So I'm kind of torn on getting any more. Maybe I'll get another souffle, but this is beautiful. It is so, like, you want to be in a castle or like a dark cathedral on a dramatic stormy night to be smelling that. That is so cool. All right, Snowpocalypse 2021. I have heard, again, about this. There were some wonderful, wonderful smells that were in this particular pre-order. I couldn't even order them all. I mean, how much wax can you use? So this is a magnificent blend of boardwalk marshmallow clouds, cashmere, sandalwood, vanilla bean, and cedar. All good things. And this is beautiful. Now, this one I think I'm going to do in my bedroom. So this is Polenti. It's gorgeous. It very much makes me think of a high-end cashmere sweater, just as sophisticated and polished like that. Beautiful. Just kind of light and floaty, though. Not a scent that I would think would be really good in a large space. Now, the next one, I knew I was going to like this. This is called Frankish Princess. And because I am newer to Teddy Bees, I don't have a lot of this kind of wax where you've got the bakery and then you have kind of the berries and things. So I am really happy about this one. Warm donuts, baked bread, powdered sugar, a touch of spice blended with butter pecan waffles, blackberry jam, and butter cookies. It's just delicious. If you miss Scentsy Breakfast in Bed, and darn it, I should have grabbed that bar. I grabbed a couple other bars since I did actually smell these, where I'm going to compare them to Scentsy. The biggest one is Beach Bronzed, and I know you guys you miss your Vanilla Waves. And I will be sniffing them side to side and tell you exactly what I'm thinking. But if you miss your Breakfast in Bed, this will not be as deep, but it is the same type of scent. Get some. It's beautiful. All right, next is Over the Hill and Through the Woods. And so this is basically Christmas trees and cream dressed up with apple cider. And it's beautiful, and it's cozy, and it's warm. Christmas trees and cream blended with warm apple cider, just like I said. This is just homey. It's sort of like it's fall, y'all, except, of course, this one's far more Thanksgiving into December. It's not a scent where you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, but it's homey, and it's comforting, and it's so likable, and you need scents like that. You cannot always have drama queen wax in your warmer. I mean, you could, but sometimes you just want a down day, and this invites you to that, and it's great. It'd be like great for pie making, you know, that day where you're making all your pumpkin pies, and I should try a pecan pie this year. I haven't done that in a long, long time, if ever, and I'm rambling, but that's that kind of smell, where it's not that the scent is going to be the star of your day, it's just going to be the supporter, and it's so nice. So then here is a really interesting one. I did not expect this one oak, and it says on the label one of a kind, and it says on the list just one oak, so I'm not sure what the name of it really is. But this is baked waffle cookies, caramelized vanilla, toasted macadamia, brown butter, cookie dough, and vanilla extract. I was expecting an extremely bakery scent, and what I'm getting is kind of like a lighter, more perfumey version of Love and Happiness from Scentsy. It's really pretty. This is very nice, and it does have those warm bakery undertones, but it's not overtly what I thought it was going to be. It's really nice, though, and as much as I like that other scent from Scentsy, I'm sure this is going to be good. Because the waffle cookies, the caramelized vanilla, the toasted macadamias, I guess I just thought there would be more like GBD, golden brown and delicious to it, but it comes out almost perfumey. Really, really nice scent, though. I think this would be a good cozy bedroom November blend. Okay, here are the two where I wanted to sniff them with this. One of these, at least, reminds me very strongly of Black Tie Affair that we had this spring. Very much. And I think the one is the Dragon and the Wolf. And this has dark vanilla, vanilla woods, cardamom, vetiver, vanilla orchid, tonka absolute, and espresso essence. This is a fabulous scent. Oh, and it's a little bit more vanilla, and there are more layers, but it's very, very similar to this. Yeah. It just has that Teddy Bee's finesse and those different little nuances that make her wax so unique and special. Oh, this is so good. So I think that with other vetiver type blends that I've already got, that this is enough. But if this was the very first vetiver based scent that I'd gotten from Teddy Bees, because I've got White Woods and vetiver and a couple others, I would have gotten a loaf in this instead. This is fabulous. The cardamom, it really doesn't scream at you, at least on cold. It's warm and very, very inviting. And who knows, I might throw in another souffle of that if I do the RTS. That is so nice. And then this one, this is the very first thing I pulled out. I love this. This is called Master of Whispers. Aged oak, pressed parchment, tobacco leaves, hints of leather, quill ink, and vanilla whiskey. It's so complex, you guys. Oh, yeah. And for some people, this might have a sharpness that you don't care for. More like, I'm not caring for the I Heart, what is this one? I Heart Vanilla Tobacco, at least on cold, but this, I love this. This would be really good with the Order of the Maesters or with the Dragon and the Wolf in different rooms or different warmers. Oh my goodness. I might need another tub of this. This is phenomenal. Oh, and it's so different. Like, it has that warm vanilla-y welcoming base, but the oak, the parchment, the tobacco. See, to me, the tobacco leaves in here read the way I would think tobacco should smell. The I Heart Vanilla Tobacco is very different than this. Let's see here. The quill ink and vanilla whiskey. And that vanilla whiskey, like, this is really good. I really, really like that. Okay, so those are all of the regular tubs. Now I have my forget-me-nots. So here is the one that I worked so hard and everybody else worked so hard to get back. Ichabod Seed. This, the very first time I looked at the whole list of Teddy Bees, this jumped out at me because fall is my favorite season, and most of the time I'm not seeing a lot of pumpkin heavy wax from Teddy Bees, which is fine. I mean, Scentsy buries us in it, but I just really wanted one good, Whipstaff Manor is exceptional, but there's a lot else going on in that rather than just the pumpkin. I wanted one good, just pumpkin heavy scent from TBs. this is it. And all of you that ordered it, I hope you love it as much as I do, because I am very happy with this. Fresh pumpkins, clove, bourbon, maple, and toasted oak. And it has all of that. And it's just darn yummy. Like, you get the oak and the bourbon, but then there's the pumpkin and the clove, at least until warmed. It's just a little bit of spice. It's not much. Oh, it's like elegant, sophisticated, pumpkin-y goodness. So I guess think, if you know what this is, think the type of pumpkin that, oh, the name is escaping me. It's a really special Cinderella pumpkin that the French will grow. Oh, it's gorgeous. And it's exactly this color, like a real pumpkin. They're absolutely phenomenal and beautiful, and there is a name for those. It's going to drive me nuts, and I'll remember it after I get off the video. Martha Stewart used to show them in her magazines. This is that kind of pumpkin, rather than you're just like good old, throw it on the porch and burn a jack-o'-lantern. This is so good. It's homey, but it's elegant, sophisticated. A total home run for me. My friend Robin talked me into going back in and getting a second one, which I'm so glad she did. Because, yeah, 2 of that's not going to be a bad thing. So then I did get a couple of the summery ones that were in the Forget-Me-Not section. So if you are looking to do the RTS, make sure you go all the way down to the bottom to find the Forget-Me-Nots, and they're in their own section when you do it, so that you don't miss that. If you were interested in, she poured more of all this, I believe, to try that pumpkin one or any of these others that come in this funny size. So this one is called Coachella. Now this is one I was very, very curious about. Lavender, cedarwood, tonka, sandalwood, tropical fruits, jasmine, coconut milk, sea salt, sea moss, and green vetiver. And you want to talk about the kitchen sink? This thing has the kitchen sink. So, it's so interesting. It's very old-fashioned. Somebody said kind of old lady, but and the girls are just going to walk in and it's going to be fine. It's your girl, Kenya. So, my dogs are doing their thing. But this is very interesting. I will need to melt this. Probably not until next summer, because there's a lot of wax here. But something about this reminds me of vacations in Florida, and I cannot put my finger on it. I mean, with this many different notes, how can you? Lavender, cedarwood, tonka, sandalwood. You just have to smell this one for yourself. Just know that it's definitely not trendy. That smells like an old school scent, and I really like it. And this one is called Blue Lagoon, and this is blue sugar, and I guess I just like blue sugar because this is great. Sea moss, water mint, cedarwood, tropical flowers, and citrus, and it's just lovely. It is fresh, but the blue sugar makes it so it's not super aquatic. It's like sweet and, I don't know, sort of minerally aquatic. It's great. Like, this is, the truth is down here. This is really, really nice, guys. And if you like sort of fresh, but not super marine, you try this. It's really good. So then the last one from the Forget-Me-Nots, my younger daughter, this was her request, and this is great. This is called Vanilla Clouds, Icy Woods, and Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds. It sounds too simple, but it's really, really nice. It's perfumey, you get that iciness, and the Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds just takes the edge off of the icy, woodsy softness. This makes me think of just a beautiful, crystal clear winter day with like some icy perfume. Oh, it's gorgeous. Got a little teeny hint of almost like a lavender vanilla too, I think, but oh, is that good. So then we've got 4 left here, and these are my lows. Balsam and Blooms. I knew I wanted to commit to a chunk of this, that it would be great, because I love anything balsam that she does. And this is so nice. Like, you could melt this September through Christmas if you wanted. Vanilla balsam, beach nights, sandalwood, and golden autumn florals. Whatever those autumn florals are, there's nothing like floral here that should scare you. This is gorgeous, but it's soft. I think it would be great even for September. I might melt this alongside of something like Scentsy Scarlet Sunflower. I think it would be very complimentary. You get that vanilla balsam, but the other things, they just round it out, and it's mellow. It's not winter pine in your face, but it gives you that fall, almost like you want to walk through the fields in the woods kind of a sense. Here is Michael. Now, this, I won't need more than one loaf of this, but wow, you were right. Everybody wants their man to smell like this, just drench them. This is amazing. Vanilla birch, mahogany vanilla, and smooth marshmallow cream. It's kind of like cool, very cologne-y, but then all that marshmallow is just like kind of sensual too. really good scent. If you can sort of think of mahogany teakwood way toned down and then dump a whole bunch of marshmallow fireside on it and take out the smoke, that's kind of Michael. This is addictive. You need some. Really, really good. So then the trifecta, which this was the most, I think, emotional thing that everybody's like, oh, I need the trifecta. Oh, we ran out. Oh, where is it? When we're all ordering, that was hilarious. This is great. So cute. This is a summer scent. Beautiful. Very beachy. I will not probably even be dipping into this until next year. This is so beautiful. So this has a whole bunch of stuff in it. So cashmere cream and coconut clouds, plus strawberry boom boom, warm cashmere musk, I can't talk, sweet vanilla, soft woods layered with coconut sandalwood, and boardwalk marshmallow clouds, and strawberry pound cake, and creme de boom boom. It's just fantastic. I mean, it's kind of sweet, but it's mostly just very summer beachy. Oh, phenomenal. Phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. Get yourself some of this if you can in the RTS. And then last but not least, Beach Bronzed, which was the thing I wanted a loaf of the most. Does it smell like Vanilla Waves? Vanilla Waves is extremely heavy on the caramel and the salt. It's an extremely dense scent. Nothing floaty here. This is heavy, drippy, and dense. This Beach Bronzed is a little bit more finessed. So ribbons of caramel and honey, sensual vanilla cream, salty driftwood, toasted vanilla, hints of smoked marshmallow fluff. It's all of that, but yet it still feels more sheer and a little bit more beachy, whereas the Vanilla Waves really just smells like a sweets shop. It's gorgeous, you guys. I'm glad I got a loaf. That's probably enough because how much of one thing are you going to melt? But if you are like a one loaf wonder kind of a person, get yourself several of these because this is really good. Oh man. So if I could give you my top 5 standouts, I think the Master of Whispers, the Beach Bronze, definitely my Ichabod, and then honestly, I mean, this was just a pleasant surprise. It's not at the top of my list, but because of how I wore them, I'm probably going to want a loaf of that. The Order of the Maesters was amazing, and I would say the Long Night. So if I end up being brave and go into the RTS, those are some of the things I might fight for more of, and I would love to know what was your favorite thing, or if you're waiting for your order, what do you think is going to be your favorite thing? Have a great day, guys. God bless. Bye-bye.